Good morning. Today is Wednesday, February. I think it's the 9th today. I hope that you're all doing well. The reason I was laughing is because I sit in this chair a lot, and so the pillow gets all scrunched up sometimes. And a friend on Facebook recently posted a question: what is a trend that you hope never comes back or leaves and never comes back? And she said the karate chop pillow. And as I went like this, you know how we do that with the pillows? It made me laugh. So anyway, I hope that you all are doing well. It is a beautiful day here in Western North Carolina, blue sky, sunny, gorgeous. I just got off of a 90-minute Zoom meeting, and it was with the Western North Carolina HR Association. And I love this chapter so much. I've lived in a lot of cities and worked in human resources in all time zones, in major cities. And this one out of Western North Carolina, it's most of our meetings are in Asheville when we're in person, is just phenomenal. And today's program was by a woman who worked in the corporate world and hospitality and ran hotels and ran businesses. And her presentation was about, well, I don't want to sound too woo-woo, but it's about self-care, which is what I talk about. And people are like, who has time for that? But what I loved so much about her presentation is that, and she put us into breakout rooms to talk about, what's going on and how are we restoring ourselves every day, and how are we, what activities are draining us, dragging us down, completely depleting us. And then what are things that we can do, in this case, as human resources leaders, which to not only restore our teams and our organizations, but ourselves, because often in that leadership role, or in that role, we are the, this popped up on the call, first responders. We think of first responders as, of course, the EMS and the medics and the people who are truly first responding to, or emergency room workers. Let us not forget the first responders in businesses and organizations as well, because these are people who are fielding the calls, who are fielding the customer complaints, who are holding space and energy for the well-being of employees and staff. And you don't have to be a leader with a capital L to be in that role in your organization. And I say your organization even as a family. We are leaders not only in big corporations, like many of us have been and are. We're leaders in our families. We're leaders in life, in volunteer organizations. We may serve on boards. And even if we may not be the president of the board, we're still leading and holding space for other people. So when the word the phrase, so many things resonated with me this morning, but that one really is first responders. And how are we, and one person said on the call, they said, man, I get, people just coming into my office all day long. This is really hard, and my family and my spouse and my parents. And so we're holding space not only for our own processes and our organizations, but then, way back in the 80s and 90s, nobody brought the 70s, 60s, nobody brought their stuff to work. And when I was going into the workforce, we were told and taught, no matter what's going on in your personal life, you get into the door of work, you leave it in your car. You don't bring your personal stuff in. And I love how, as a society, we have moved into more of a whole person society. You can't do that. I mean, it's just nearly impossible. And then also, when people left work, they came home, they drove home, got all their stuff shed and left in the car, and then they come home and we're supposed to be all home, all present. So it's work-life balance. There's never any intermingling. And so I love that we've moved into a state of functioning in our society that we are looking at the whole person. We are working with the whole person. We are recognizing that humans have emotions and that we can't always turn them off at the door or at any door when we pass through it. So heart math was really buzzing on my mind today because everybody was talking about, what can you do? You can go for a walk, you can go for a hike, you can call people and say, I need help, because often we think we can do it all. And this is me. Humans are not meant to live independently. We are, the word that came to mind is pack animals, but we are herd animals. I believe that we function better when we are working with others. And so this heart math is one of the ways that we can restore ourselves like that. So we were talking a lot about what's draining us all day, and are we getting enough sleep? Are we eating? Are we exercising? Are we, doing all the things you think about? And also, I wanted to pop in, but it wasn't my program. What about heart math techniques? What about heart-focused breathing? Because we know that brings us immediately into the present, gives us an immediate pause. When I'm feeling stressed, focus my attention in the area of my heart or chest area, and breathe slower and deeper than usual. Physiologically, this is slowing us down when we may be a little stressed or anxious because we're holding all of everybody's stuff. And it's giving us, the more that we do this, the more that it's, the greater it is, I don't want to say impacting, that it's changing our baseline. It's changing how are we waking up in the morning, fully rejuvenated and fully recharged like a cell phone battery, or depleted. This helps us fill up our battery. Anytime we do it, it increases our baseline. And over time, we'll see that we start to respond and react to situations and things and stress and depletion experiences better because we have this secret power of heart-focused breathing. It's just wonderful. So I hope that you all have a wonderful day today. It was just a great way to start my day, and I hope that this resonates with some of you and gives you some oomph to get going in your day today too. Big hugs and lots of love to all of you. Bye-bye.